2 months after 9/11, a plane takes off on a routine flight from New York. But within seconds, the aircraft is in trouble.
What the hell are we into?
On the ground below, New Yorkers witness the terrifying sight.
This big shadow came over the house.
As the pilot struggles at the controls, the aircraft is torn apart. Within seconds, the plane plummets to Earth, smashing into a once peaceful suburb. 265 people are dead.
Bodies everywhere.
Terrorism, design failure, human error. The tragedy that befell 587 will spark one of the most baffling and far-reaching investigations ever carried out. The truth will rock the aviation industry to its core.
This has never, ever happened before.
Now, using advanced computer simulation, we reveal exactly what happened in the Queen's air crash. Disasters don't just happen. They're a chain of critical events. Unravel the fateful moments in those final seconds from disaster. September 11th, 2001. The day America wept. Two months later, it seemed to be happening all over again.
The engine fall down and the plane fall. The piston left side and make it straight all the way down.
United States, New York, Queens, November 12, 2001. 6:30 a.m. JFK Airport is on high alert. The atrocity of 9/11 is still fresh in the minds of Americans. And for everyone in the airline industry, security is a major concern. On the tarmac, the crew of American Airlines Flight 587 prepare for a 3.5-hour flight to the Dominican Republic. Captain Ed States, the senior pilot, and his first officer, Sten Molen, carefully check the exterior of their aircraft. The son of a pilot, Molen has 10 years' experience with the company, joining American Airlines at the age of just 24. Like his father before him, Sten sees it as much more than a job.
If he wasn't a pilot, he doesn't know what he would be doing because it was that important. He loved his job.
Traveling to the Dominican Republic this morning are 251 passengers. Among them, 83-year-old Hipólito Algaroba and his 73-year-old wife, Ubencia. The elderly couple have decided to return to their homeland for their twilight years and are expecting their son, Hector, to show up and see them off.
They're going home for good because they have raised 3 kids and their job is done.
The couple have arrived well before their scheduled departure time. So early, the airline offers them seats on an earlier flight. By the time Hector gets to the airport, his parents have already checked in. But his mother comes back from departures to say goodbye to her son.
How's that?
I asked about my father and she said that he's fine and he said he'll see me when I get there in a couple of months. And I gave her another kiss. I guess that was the kiss for my father.
At 7 a.m., Ed States and Sten Molen begin pre-flight checks. The aeroplane is an Airbus A300-605R, capable of carrying up to 266 people. Built in Europe some 13 years ago, it is one of the oldest in the American Airlines fleet and has racked up over 37,000 hours of flying time. Nevertheless, the Airbus is recognized as one of the most reliable airliners in service. Today, though, that reliability has been undermined by the stringent new security measures. Every passenger is searched twice before boarding is allowed, and the scheduled takeoff time of 8:40 begins to slip. By 9 a.m., all 251 passengers are on board.
I'll program the computer.
Pre-flight checks are complete.
Clear right. Clear left.
and Flight 587 begins to taxi to runway 31L. It's a fine day, and Sten Molen, the co-pilot, will fly the plane on the first leg. 9:11 a.m. A Japanese Airlines 747 immediately in front of 587 is cleared for takeoff. The controller gives Molen and States a routine caution. He tells them there's a risk of air turbulence from the Japanese plane ahead.
Clear for takeoff, American 587 Heavy.
Captain States knows that he must keep a safe distance between himself and the Japanese airliner. Every plane creates a wake of turbulent air as it takes off, which can affect following flights.
You happy with that distance? We'll be all right once we get rolling. So you're happy?
Their flight path will take them across Jamaica Bay and over the Rockaway Peninsula in the borough of Queens. It's a popular residential area, especially with New York's fire and police departments. Today is Veterans Day, a public holiday, but not everyone is having the day off.
Okay, I'm on.
Police Chief Michael Morley and his wife will be working. His mother-in-law is looking after their 2-year-old baby, Michael Jr.
It was just another day. I just had spent about the first week of not doing 12-hour days going down to the World Trade Center. Now, a week later, they started trying to get the police department to get back to normal.
Mike Morley's next-door neighbor is Lois Shaw, a financial controller for a lighting company.
It was a beautiful day, and I just left and got into my car, and I really didn't think about anything. And I'm just driving to work.
Because it's a holiday, her husband Mark is at home. He's taking their 15-year-old son to the doctor.
Jason, come on, let's go.
If he can get him out of bed.
I say, like, what are you doing in bed? And like any other teenager, he gives me that answer. I said, come on, it's time to get up, we gotta go.
9:14. Sten Molen starts the takeoff run.
Rotate.
9:14 and 29 seconds.
D2.
Flight 587 lifts off.
Positive rate, gear up please.
Ground control at JFK wishes them well and instructs Molen and States to contact New York departures. 9:15. Flight 587 is now at 1,700 feet. The departure controller gives them a navigation fix.
New York, American 587, heavy turn left, proceed direct wavy. We'll turn direct wavy, American 587 heavy.
1 second later, the plane begins to shake. The pilots know the turbulence is likely to have come from the Japan Airlines Jumbo up ahead. It's a routine hazard, and Molen flies through it.
250, thank you.
The captain increases the speed of the plane to 250 knots, the maximum allowable at that height. But seconds later, the plane hits more turbulence. Sten Molen takes decisive action. Using his foot controls, he applies the rudder first to the right and then to the left to try and stabilize the plane.
Back power.
Again, Molen asks for more power to keep the aircraft under control.
You all right? Yeah, I'm fine. Hang on to it. Hang on to it. Full power, please. Holy!
Less than 2 minutes into their journey, Flight 587 is in deep trouble. The lives of 260 people in the air and many more below are in mortal danger. 9 seconds after takeoff, Flight 587 is in trouble. In the cockpit, co-pilot Sten Molen is fighting the controls.
What the hell are we into? I'm stuck in it! Get out of it! Get out of it!
Far below, 53-year-old Pete Hayden, deputy chief of the New York Fire Department, is taking his first day off since September 11th. His attention is drawn to a plane making an unusual straining noise.
It's struggling. I look up. It's lower in the sky than normal. I'm watching it, and the plane suddenly begins to break apart.
Holy!
I see the back part of the plane behind the left wing break open, smoke and flames come out.